Now, you guys know that years ago I created something called sketch coloring. It's actually the same year that I first had my first book published that I worked on as a colorist in comic books. So 10 years, 10 years this year. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty exciting. That's definitely a milestone in my life, and it's definitely an event to celebrate and have fun with. Well, I got one more thing that I'm going to celebrate. It's sad, but it's also a celebration at the same time. So for a long time, you guys know that I've been kind of cutting back on all the superhero prints and things that I do and that I have. Well, next year I'm cutting a lot more, and this is sketch coloring. Sketch colorings, I'm still going to be doing them. I'm still going to be offering them. Sketch colorings have now switched over to Jeff Balke Studios, which is my animation studio. And as you guys know, I've got a lot of my own characters. I'm going to start sketch coloring my own stuff and really getting the characters out there. And hopefully you guys will enjoy the cartoons and the comic strips and the comics we're going to do and all the other cool things that we're going to do with these characters. Sketch colorings are just, it's a beginning step. So what that means for all the superhero stuff, they are done as of January 1st of 2018. So you guys know all the two portfolios, now the two portfolios that I have of the black and whites. You pick out the black and whites and then I color them up to how you guys actually want them colored. Well, next year I am not going to be offering that anymore. Now, does that mean that I'm not doing sketch coloring? Of course not. I'm still going to be doing sketch colorings. They're just now part of Jeff Balke Studios, so I'm going to be doing my own characters. But now, if you have something for me, does that mean I can't do it and I won't do it? Absolutely not. I have, of course, I'll be more than happy to do whatever you guys have. I'm just not going to be offering the black and white prints anymore. I'm going to have some books, some of the black and white covers, the variant covers of some of the comic books. I'll still have those, of course, absolutely. Absolutely. So you guys can still get something one of a kind original. I'm just cutting the actual 11 by 17 black and white prints to you guys to look through and choose from. Most of my prints are going to be pretty much gone. I'm basically really cutting everything except for Jeff Balke Studios. Because right now we have so much that's going on, I'm actually trying to catch up to the studio. It's kind of cool. It's kind of neat to actually see this working and how it actually, when people say that, it's kind of like, wow, that's really neat. That's just like, how do you catch up? I mean, how do you fall so far behind? I get it now, and it's actually really exciting. So as of 2018, all the superhero sketch colorings that I have will be gone. I'm not going to make any more as of this year because we are almost halfway through. Gosh, almost halfway through this year already, guys. Can you believe that? It's almost 6 months. Man, oh man. But I'm not going to make any more. I'm going to just start depleting my stock. And when I'm out of something, I am completely out. So if you guys do want anything, when you see me at a show and you said, hey, and you want that, I only see you once a year, you might want to stock up. You might want to get that particular print. Now, this is not a selling tactic. I'm going to tell you that right now. I will not have these black and white superhero prints next year. I've got my own stuff. I've got my own characters. I've got my own stories. I've got animations that are being worked on. I've got comic strips. I've got comics that are going to be coming soon. We got a card set. There's a lot of things that we're working on. On top of that, also the business side of things that I'm working on too. So my hands are pretty full. I mean, I'm even doing, I'm very honored that Darren Sanchez, he's the gentleman who found me many years ago on MySpace as a colorist and said, hey, I want you to color my book. Will you color my book, cover to cover? And of course I said yes. And so I'm very honored that now 10 years later that I can actually work with him again on a couple of small projects, which he and I are working on together. So that's kind of cool. That's pretty neat. So I am still working on some comics. I'm just not doing it full time because I just can't dedicate my time to it. Here and there, you're still going to see things from me, and you're definitely going to see things from Jeff Balke Studios because, as I said, we are going to have our own comics coming out in the near future. And of course, starting next month, we actually have our first relaunch of our comic strips, which will come out weekly on Sundays. I think right now they're going to be on Sundays. I think that's probably the best time to do them. And we also have a limited set of comic strips featuring some of our fairy tale characters from Fairy Tale Land. Lots of great things, lots of updates, lots of huge news coming up. Definitely from now until the end of the year. Excuse me. Everything's changing, and in a good way. At least in a good way for me. So thank you guys so much for all the years that you guys have given me, all the love, and you guys just liking my color work. It's not going away. You always can bring black and white prints to me. You can bring anything black and white to me, and I will still color it up for you guys. That's not going to change. That will not change. I'm still doing sketch colorings with Jeff Balke Studios, however, a little bit differently than I would the superhero stuff. Kind of cool, kind of neat. Well, you know what? I'll show you. I'll show you one. This is one right here. This is B, one of my characters, and he comes in a comic book bag and board. This is one of the mini prints that we have, mini cartoon prints, but is now also a sketch coloring. So this just goes right inside the comic book bag and board. Boom. It's kind of protected, at least from water or stuff like that. So what makes these a little bit different than the sketch colorings that I did with the markers and the superheroes, these are colored with crayons, and these are also colored on my own characters. Very, very cool, very exciting, and I'm really excited about all these. These are just, oh, I'm just super stoked about these. Goosebumps, goosebumps. I know, I'm like a big kid right now. I'm just like, I got so much going on that I really want to share with you guys. So definitely keep posted to my blog. I'm going to be posting some stuff also on my blog, which is Balke's blog at blogger.com. So Blogspot, whatever you want to call it. It's got a lot of cool things going on over there too. I'm kind of just sharing some of my experiences over the past 10 years in the comic industry, and it's kind of cool. It's kind of fun. And also on J Balke Studios, which is my animation studio website, we have a blog over there too, with basically talking about some of the things that we're going to have, like, you know, some of our sketch colorings, which are now part of Jeff Balke Studios. So I am still going to be doing sketch colorings. I'm just, again, I know I said it 10,000 times already. I'm just not going to offer the black and white prints like I do now. So you guys can definitely stop on by. Hopefully, if you guys are going to be at the show at MegaCon Orlando, I'm going to be actually debuting those couple of prints I just showed you, the sketch coloring ones. I'm going to be debuting four new ones. Well, those two, so actually two more new ones at that show. And the great thing about those sketch colorings, this is what I love the most about it, besides just the size, and they're my own characters, they're $2. $2, that's it. $2 Chuck. That's it. And the reason for that is because they are colored with crayons, so I don't have to go and, you know, do so much detail work. And, you know, crayons are, you know, definitely not $10 a piece. If they are, get some different crayons. But this is an introductory. I'm introducing them to Jeff Balke Studios, and I want everybody who comes up to my booth and my table, and I've said this even in the comic industry, anybody and everybody who comes up to my table, I want them to be able to buy anything that they want. So I'm not just going to have stuff that's $100, $200, $300, $400. No. Right now, I've got anything from $2 up to, I think, if you include the comic book stuff, maybe up to $60. So there's a nice wide range there. So I hope to see you guys in MegaCon Orlando next week. I've got a lot of things I'm debuting, including our first for Jeff Balke Studios, including our first few 11x17 cartoon prints. So yeah, I really hope to see you guys. I'll definitely be going more information about everything coming up in the future. Definitely from now until December. I probably will have some sales later on down the road. Maybe even next week. I know in 2 weeks. Who the heck knows? You know, I have no idea. I just got to start getting rid of a lot of the supplies because everything that I have, I am not replenishing. So when I'm sold out, I'm sold out. And you guys know that when I say that, I actually do kind of mean that for the most part. So if you guys see those black and whites, you see them at a show or a signing, or even see them on jeffsecretstash.com, buy them then, because I am not making any more of the black and whites. I've got a lot of other things that I'm trying to make room for Jeff Balke Studios. So So yes, that is my big news. It's very big. It was really hard for me to come to that decision, but at the same time, again, I'm not stopping. I'm just not going to be offering the superhero sketch coloring prints, the black and whites. You guys flip through the portfolio, pick out whatever ones you want. I'm just not going to be offering those. So guys, I hope to see you at the next show, which is MegaCon Orlando for me. And then if you guys want to check out to see other shows that I'm doing between now and the end of July, go and check out jbalkestudios.com and go to our events page. There I have laid out between now and the end of July, July 31st. I have all the shows that I'll be doing from between now and then. So I hope to see you guys at a show. If not, you will definitely be seeing me virtually. And be on the lookout. I'm going to be probably putting some flash sales on here and there on Jeff Balke Studios. Or I'm sorry, see, I'm all over the place. That's why I got to one thing at a time. Just do one thing. One thing. JeffSecretStash.com. All right, guys, take care. Have a great evening. Have a great Friday. Oh my gosh, it's Friday. Have a great weekend, and I will definitely be seeing you guys hopefully coming up very soon. Take care, guys.